Okay, we are outside of the House of Silken Shadows. So now we have a few things to do. First of all, we need to go back to the Nexus and talk to the Hand of Inheritor. We also need to find a ship that will transport us to Colyphyr. So we probably need to go to the tavern. There is one captain in the Bad Luck Tavern and another one in the Flesh Markets. But the one in Bad Luck Tavern seems more reliable. So we're gonna talk to her first. This quest I don't think we can do because I only have one part of the lexicon and the other part is with Queen Galfrey, I think. So I can't really give Nocticula both parts, and even if I could, I'm not sure that I would like to do that, so there is that. Let's go to the portal. We also have to level up the mythic levels, become stronger. So where do we start? I guess we're gonna start with the tavern, right? Let's do that. Takes a while to load. Meliara. There we go. I need to go to Colyphyr. Can you take me there? Aren't you worried about the curse hanging over me? You want to take me with you on a long and dangerous expedition anyway. You are either very brave or very careless, though it doesn't really matter which. We are quite capable of reaching the destination, no matter how long or dangerous the route might be. Starcatcher III never wavers in the face of a challenge. I sincerely hope you've chosen the best companions to go with you, because we won't be able to carry more than 6 people. Also, you should take care with your gear. On a longer expedition, you can only count on the things you've brought with you. For 150,000 gold coins, I can take you to that island in first class style. I'm going to Colyphyr on a noble mission. Maybe you can offer me a discount. Okay, I need to think this over. I guess reliability has a price, even in the abyss. Actually, why did I leave the place? I need to use the teleport again. I guess we're gonna think about it. Let's go and talk to the guy in the flesh markets. What will his offer be? I mean, he's just an evil scumbag. He'll probably betray us, but if he does that, then we can just kill him, right? That's better than losing 150k. Where is he? Oh yeah, it's him, Cares. I need to get to Colyphyr. Can you take me there? To Colyphyr? Why would you need to go to that depressing hole? All it has are caves and scaly winged beasts. Then again, that's none of my concern. For 110,000 gold coins, the bloody bitch will even fly you straight into Lamatsu's maw. You're equipped well enough as far as I can tell, but Colyphyr is a dangerous spot. You can't restock your supplies or get reinforcements anywhere there. I hope you've properly armed yourself and chosen the most capable companions to watch your back. If not, you'd better do it now and come back when you're ready. Under the diplomacy check here, I need to think about it. Okay, he's only slightly cheaper. So at least we know that. Let's go back to the Nexus for the time being, and we'll think who we're gonna go with when we're done with the matters over there. Hand of the Inheritor. It appears I am one to blame for the discord between us. I was a poor companion and I left you alone in the den of evil. Yeah, that really sucked, mate. I thought you had my back and you just left. And soon I will leave you again, so please listen to me before we part. My faith has suffered a terrible blow, but in my blaze of desperation and anger, I have spared no thought for your feelings, so exactly. Even if you are not the chosen one of my radiant mistress, you are still the victim of a plot devised by an evil soul whose insidiousness defies description. You have my sympathy, believe me. If only I knew how to heal your soul of the corruption Arilu Vorlesh has placed in it, I would do so without a moment of hesitation. But I have no such knowledge, and I see no hope ahead. Just darkness and inevitability. Alright. Inevitability. It's so difficult. Inevitability. Alright. Difficult to pronounce. Anyway. Let's say I feel shocked and confused myself, bro. Stay strong and do not let evil possess you. Listen, I have already told you that I trust in your good intentions and I believe you are used against your will. But it is also true that you are a weapon forged by the same hands that mutilated the world with the world wound. And no matter what intentions Arilu and her patrons are hiding, they cannot be good. Therefore, no matter how difficult it is for me to say, you cannot return to the Crusaders and fight alongside the righteous. I am not prepared to support you in any other endeavors. Any course of action you choose could prove to be a secret plan orchestrated by Arilu and the Demon Lords. I would be glad to heal you, but I can't. I would be happy to bring retribution to Arilu and the Lady in Shadow for what they've done, but it is not within my power. I am helpless here, but I cannot just sit around doing nothing. I am leaving. I am going to hunt down the Echo of the Scary. Then at least one righteous thing will have been accomplished in the Abyss. Forgive me. His words sound desperate, as if he does not truly believe in the success of his mission. And is seeking your forgiveness now because he knows there will not be another chance. Right. But we are on the angel mystic path, so I can say, how frail must your faith be if you are ready to lose your trust in me so easily? Don't my deeds clearly show who I am? Do you really think it's fair to judge people by the source of their powers and not by the way those powers are used? Or I can say, well, in that case, I'll have to fight Hepsamira and stop her army of mythic demons myself. Whoever gave me my powers, no one but me can defend the people of Golarion. I don't need your support, and I don't need you either. If you wish to die chasing the Echo of the Sky, go ahead and do it. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. The lawful response, which is probably the best response. The angel spreads his wings. I deserve this rebuke. It makes me doubt the correctness of my decision, and I just do not know what is the right thing to do. Then again, our mission in the Abyss is not yet complete, and abandoning it would be unthinkable. If I pursue the Echo alone, I will most probably perish. I know this. We must tear Hepsamira's black heart from her chest and disrupt the mining of the Nahindran crystals. You were right to remind me of my duty, so let us accomplish what needs to be done, and leave contemplating the disturbing revelations for later. Okay, he's still with us, by the looks of it. That's fine. That's good. Although I did feel a bit betrayed there when he left. What is our next step? We know where Baphomet's daughter Hepsamira is hiding onward. Right, let's talk to all the companions, see if we have any updates. Something is wrong. I feel like I've lost something, or not. It was Desna who lost me when we descended into the abyss. She had been my invisible protection, though, through all those years, and now I no longer feel the divine helping hand on my shoulder. What is this gift you mentioned? You saw it yourself many times. Whenever something threatened my life, the goddess sent her divine butterflies to carry me away. Her powers no longer protect me now that I'm back in the abyss. Desna has abandoned you? No, I desperately hope that's not the case. The goddess still wishes me well, I'm sure. It's just that the abyss is so far from Elysium that she either can't see me or can't reach me here. She protected me while I was on Golarion, but now I can only rely on myself and you. Can you still enter your dream realm? Maybe, I think so. Yes, my dreams are still there, and nobody will take them away from me. Okay, I'm just gonna say you have nothing to fear with me at your side. I know, thank you. Have you worked out yet what that table in your dream means? Not yet. I keep going back there to examine it, but it's still just a simple wooden table. What I can't possibly signify. It's a mystery. Perhaps I'll be able to solve it when we get back to Golarion. It's not very easy to dream here in the abyss. Okay. Lan? How do you feel after the skirmish with Savamelek? If you mean my health, I'm as good as new. If you mean my head, it's empty now, almost back to normal. I've forbidden myself from thinking about Savamelek and the mongrels. If I do, I'll go crazy. Life is an amazing thing. You try so hard to avoid what you're afraid of, and it gives you exactly that. I've always been afraid of being helpless, and now I'm here and my tribe's somewhere else, and it's unclear who I'll find when I return to them. I was afraid of being useless to a comrade in a moment of peril, and of course that's exactly what happened. You know, every cloud has a silver lining. I've been looking for my calling in this life, in this crusade, and now I found it. It's my duty to protect my tribe and show Savamelek that he has no power over us, no matter what it costs me. Maybe what I do will have no impact on the wider struggle, and it's not like anyone cares about mongrels, but my fate is bound to my tribe. I'm sure Sul will make a cave drawing about it, and I'll be remembered as a very heroic stickman. Okay. Let's talk to the other companions now. Nangyo, anything interesting to say? So who are we gonna take on this mission with us? It probably will be Nangyo instead of Ember. Right. Oh, there's no one there. Where am I going? Let's talk to Regil. What an interesting discovery. He who was considered the chosen of gods, who was destined to liberate the World Wound, turned out to be a creation of the World Wound architect. I did have my doubts about the nature of your power, but the reality exceeded every expectation. Well, the source of my power is irrelevant. I am who I am. Arilu cannot control me. I suppose you're right. If Arilu, Vorlesh, or Nocticula had direct access to your consciousness or any other way to blackmail you, they would have acted by now. On the one hand, I am astonished that they decided to grant such colossal power to an entity outside their control, and on the other hand, That is peak demon behavior. On one way or another, consider yourself warned that I will have to report our discovery to my superiors in the Hell Knight hierarchy. And now I am ready to answer your questions. I have no questions really, but at least you are very honest with me. At least you're being honest. Greybor? Nothing. Voyage? Do you want to talk to me about what happened at Yggfili's mansion? You mean about how I turned down an amazing magical power because of you? I'm kidding. I rejected it of my own free will. You know, Chief, I've never met anyone like you. I should be laughing at myself and you and the way we worked everything out. But I don't want to. What I would do in the abyss, I would just keep hanging out with scumbags and traitors, thinking that I'm one of them. But with you, I've been places, I've seen things, good and bad, and things I've never even thought about before. Sister Charisme and the others used to tell me to grow up and act like an adult. Maybe this is it. I seem to have made a choice, the most important one in my life. I don't know who I am yet, but I'm definitely not a street rat or an urchin anymore. Just don't call me a crusader. I've never respected them, and I still don't. You're the exception. Sela? She's got nothing to say. I thought because our power... The source of our powers are different than what we thought they were. I thought she would have something to say. Ember? You've talked to Nocticula. What can you say about her now? She was laughing so loudly, but you know, I think it was just so she didn't cry. She has so many servants, but not a single friend. So many lovers, but no one to love. So much power, and she uses it all to hurt herself. I hope she can change her life. It will be so sad if she has to live like that forever. I noticed I noticed a shadow behind you. Yes, I saw them too. They come and go, but don't do anything bad. I don't think they are scary. Do you think the demons will listen to you? Okay. We know they... Most of the time they really didn't, but it's fine. Social? Nothing. Nothing. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna level up the mythic level. And after that, we are going to get a ship and go to... What was this that place called again? Colyphyr. To hunt Hepsamira. So, I'll be right back. We're back. We are rested. I also went back to Alushinira and bought some... I bought some scrolls from the storyteller. So when it comes to the ship, there's actually one more option. So I could go to the tavern, pay 150k, or go to the flesh markets and pay 110k. But the third option is to actually go to Nocticula and get the ship from her. So I think this is what we're gonna do. I think this is what we're going to do. Because it's gonna be free. So who is going to be with... Who's gonna go with me on this adventure? Sela, Nangyo, Tiran, Aru, and Voyage? Don't know if this is the best party, but it's a party. That for sure. Let's go to the palace then. Or rather, House of Silk and Shadows is what it's called. Okay, hello again. Are you finished with your business and ready to hunt down Hepsamira?
Greetings to you, Our Lady in Shadow.
It's nice to see that even surrounded by mortals, you haven't forgotten who your mistress is, Arushale. You may rise.
I didn't mean to. I don't know why I did it.
Okay, so I'm ready to depart. Well, she's been fairly honest with me so far. So let's say I wish to inform you of treason. Is that so? Who is it you've decided to inform on? And more importantly, how did you learn of these traitors and how credible are your accusations? Right, Shamira is researching Nahindran crystals in secret. Perhaps she's planning to overthrow you. How nice of you to warn me. I'm impressed. I do wonder, however, did you really think I was unaware of this, or did you merely want to demonstrate your loyalty? Either way, I appreciate you telling me. I will take this as a proof that I can rely on you. Yeah, you can for now, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna cut your head off as soon as I can. Anyway, you were very astute to uncover Shamira's desire to dethrone me, and it was particularly sensible of you to keep your mouth shut about the secrets of the Nahindran crystals. I suppose your caution calls for a reward. Aspect of the asp. Mining Nahindra crystals is a surefire way to sink the island. The crystals are on to the bottom of Ishar. I assume you understand why all who attempted to procure them on Alinthia were executed. At least you didn't tell Shamira about the mines you found. The last thing I need is the ardent dream burrowing under my capital. Why do you still tolerate Shamira? I don't really care. A friend of mine, the solitaire, has peered into the future. In his vision, Hepsamira was sending demons after you. The demons were strengthened by Nahindran crystals. You are a font of knowledge, my dear guest. Let's just say I'm not surprised by her appetites. The ambition of that brat, or her lecherous goat of a sire, were bound to surface sooner or later, but your warning will encourage me to keep a closer eye on her. Okay. I've said everything I wanted to say. If I'm to depart for Colyphyr, your guards must watch over my camp in the Nexus and all who are residing there. I'll send my assassins to ensure that no harm comes to your entourage. Be grateful for my patronage, mortal. I'm ready to hunt down Hepsamira. I hope you are well prepared. Have you brought your strongest companions on your journey? They will be the only ones you can rely on. You will receive no reinforcements and you will not see those you leave behind on Alinthia for a very long time. Don't dismiss the importance of preparing for this mission. When you're ready, step into this portal. It will take you to my airship. The captain and crew have already received their instructions, and good luck to you, mortal. An extraordinary adventure awaits you. Right, on my first opportunity, just FYI, I'm cutting your head off. Anyway. So, do we need anything? Well, we definitely need to save the game here, right? Let's delete one of these. Make a new save called Departure to Island to I can't remember the name of this line. I'll just call it Departure. Whatever. Anyway. Approach the portal. No turning back, and you'll only be able to rely on yourself and your companions. Well, in terms of other quests, there's only this one with Lexicon of Paradox, but I don't have the other part for you, and even if I did, I wouldn't give it to you. So anyway, we're off. The route marked on the map connects Alinthia and Colyphyr with a black line. It is straight and steadfast, just like the commander himself. Determined to catch and slay his enemy Hepsamira, Baphomet's daughter, at all costs. The commander's crew looks impressive and menacing, a gang of hardened sky wolves and experienced aeronauts handpicked by Nocticula. Even the ship itself has the predatory silhouette of a military craft, not to mention a stockpile of supplies and a formidable arsenal. Having apparently decided against a game of hide and seek, the Hand of Inheritor appears on the deck in the flesh, standing unmoving at the ship's prow like a majestic golden statue. Time passed 1 day. The voyage is only just underway, but the commander and his crew are already facing their first challenge. Having spotted the lone ship, a flock of harpies rises from the coastal rocks. Armed with hooked talons and carnivorous grins, they rush upwards squawking. Eerie, harmonious, and enchanting songs fill the air. The gazes of some sailors go blank as they cast away their lines and walk unsteadily toward the ship's broadside to step into the void, where the sweet-voiced songstresses are waiting for them. The commander decides to intimidate 39, strike the harpies. Alright, I'm just gonna try and intimidate. Fail. The winged predators skillfully dodge all the arrows fired at them, and what was the roll? 7. Oh no. And then the feasting begins. The sailors grab their sabers and spread their wings to rise above the deck and repel the enemy, but they cannot match the harpies' flying prowess. Making skillful maneuvers among the enemies, the sweet-voiced predators gut them with their sharp talons, rip their leathery wings, and dig into their vulnerable necks with razor-sharp teeth. A gory feast unfolds in the air, with blood and entrails raining down on the deck. After the harpies finally leave the ship, full-bellied, the survivors drop to the deck where they stood. The enchanting harpies' song still echoes in their ears. They will keep hearing it for many days to come, and even as they sleep at night, the song will drive them to derangement. It will be a long, long time before they finally forget its haunting melody. Many cultures consider malice and belligerence to be contagious diseases. In the Abyss, one particular place transmits such quarrels in the air, like a noxious miasma. The place is Mara Island, and the ship is flying right over it. Discord-sowing whispers fill the thoughts of every crew member. Sailors suddenly begin casting hostile glances at each other, while muted by merciless brawls break out here and there with almost zero provocation. Such is the aura of Mara Island, the heart of malice and disorder, a cauldron of the affliction known as strife. Tension and hostility between the crew seems to grow by the second, and a stabbing seems imminent. For no apparent reason at all, a bloody and violent fight breaks out below deck in the blink of an eye, then ends just as quickly. The hearts of the victors fill with horror as they gaze at the sides of their comrades, lifeless bodies at their feet. The commander, who was just passing by, barely avoids a pointless death at the hand of a clever brandishing sailor. Had the blade swung a few inches closer, it would have buried itself in his heart. Having reaped her bloody harvest from their ship, Mara mercifully releases it from her grasp. Infuriated, the captain of Nocticula's ship draws his weapon and personally executes the combatants who dared to wound a guest. Entrusted to him by the lady in shadow, with a trembling voice, he assures the commander that the transgression will never be repeated. A hurricane of enormous proportions rages toward the ship, threatening to crush the bow like an eggshell. A whirlwind rips a gaping sailor from the tackle and tears him apart in midair. The winds catch the ship and draw it into a deadly dance. The elemental embrace lasts for hours, days, or maybe months. Within the stormy darkness and the chaos of crashing salty waves, where moments seem like an eternity, it feels as if the wild winds have subdued even time itself, twisting it into a bizarre spiral. The commander can barely make out the dark shape of the island called Alir below, offering a chance that the ship might seek refuge there, but what dangers might await the vessel on land? Would it be smarter to make a valiant attempt to drive the ship through the raging elements? I'm gonna order the ship to stay on course despite the hurricane. The abyss is filled with vile creatures that threaten the lives of courageous aeronauts. Some of them are sentient, others less so, but while attempting to avoid them all, it's easy to forget about the mightiest and cruelest monster of all, the abyss itself. Merciless, destructive, and filled with rage, the ship is buffeted from side to side, only ever a moment away from being reduced to dust between two colliding whirlwinds. Okay, I can use my mystic path here and say I can draw upon the inner strength of his faith and invokes the light of heaven. A flash of blinding light appears in response to the commander's prayer. A glowing spear of pure energy pierces the barriers between the planes and, falling from the heights of the penning spheres, penetrates the darkness of the abyss. The strike burns out the very heart of the hurricane, filling the air with crystalline sparks and killing the monstrous storm. A safe passageway appears through the screeching but dispainting vortex. Battered and beaten, the ship barely breaks free of the storm's iron grip. Many sailors have been torn off their rigging by whirlwinds. A giant crack gapes in the hull, and some particularly damaging gusts have blown away the quarterdeck. Judging by the captain's observation, the hurricane has blown the ship to the far south of the archipelago. The storm-battered vessel requires urgent repairs, and the stock of provisions and drinking water is the hold was not intended to support such an unpleasant, protracted journey. Okay, so we went from here to here. That's really bad. Now we're gonna go here. The lookout points to a violet glow on the horizon. The source is a series of glaciers which, thanks to their unique optical properties, refract light and produce an amethyst glow that is visible from a great distance. This colossal nature beckons of giant purple glacier erupts from the bowels of the island of Nahindri, home to pirates and slavers. One such horror of an aircraft emerges from the clouds to intercept the commander's ship. Numerous spikes impaled with writhing flayed bodies decorate the pirate ship, and it looks like the sails are made of the skins of its unfortunate victims. A huge symbol of the sail indicates that the ship belongs to cultists of Dagon, Shadow Lord of the Sea. With bloodthirsty screams, they advance upon the commander's vessel. The hand of Inheritor appears near the commander, ready to fight. Okay, +5 here, stealth. This is a chaotic choice though, I'm not gonna do that. Let's try and hide. Fail, are you kidding me? Roll 3. Oh, I'm really bad at this. With a dashing maneuver, the pirates manage to position themselves between the commander's ship and any salvation that the clouds might provide. A fight is unavoidable. The ships clash as boarding hooks fly into the air, bite into the ship and bind the vessels together with a web of ropes that kill any hopes of escape. The boarding pirates launch themselves forward, brandishing their cleavers. The commander's sailors soar upward to meet them with the firm intention of keeping them away from the deck of their ship. Why I couldn't use Nangio for this? What happened to her? Well, let's try this. Fighting on the cramped deck of an airship is a brutal and gory sight. The boards grow sticky with blood, and bodies of dead sailors hang lifelessly from the rigging. The pirate's ship, set on fire in several different places at once, loses altitude rapidly. The mast comes tumbling down onto the deck, with which jackknives and collapses into the cargo hold with an almighty crash. The little dark figures of the pirates plummet into Ishar, tumbling with their arms, windmilling comically in futile attempts to spread their torn and wounded wings. This is certainly a victory, but at a high and bloody cost. Okay, now we're here. Colyphyr is straight ahead, but supplies are running short. The crew plans to replenish them on the forbidding island of Vasglar. Once Vasglar was quite an important island, covered in the ruins of an abandoned cities that hid both unimaginable treasures and horrible dangers. But the abyss is ever changing, so now Vasglar lies flooded, and the veins of Nahindran crystals hidden in its depths have depleted at the hands of Hepsamira's proxies. All the crew can see is a lonely rock. All the crew can see is a lonely rock that sticks out of the water like a huge fang. On its summit, the crew spots a small complex of tombs, and not far from it stands a tiny village by the cliffs. Just several houses that look like pale mushrooms with huge caps and round windows. The residents of these homes are most likely a gaggle of fishermen that live off Ishar's bounty, and now they must be hiding within, afraid the visitors are after their property and supplies. Nature. Let's send the sailors hunting. Success, finally. The sailors return with a catch that is quite meager, but still better than nothing. They managed to hunt down and kill a predatory amphibian that was hiding in some grotto. Its meat is tough and it reeks horridly, but it's technically edible. The stew cooked from the meat and melted fat on the quarry proves to be surprisingly nutritious and satisfying. It renews everyone's strength, banishing both their sickness and any nagging pain from old scars. The next morning, the uneasy sailors notice a dozen more creatures like the victim of the previous day's hunt. The beasts scale the coastal rocks, climbing closer and closer to the top of the cliffs. Without a doubt, they were drawn here by the death of their kin, and their hungry roar makes the crew return to the ship to the air with utmost haste. Right, we suddenly went from here to here, which is good. Colyphyr is in sight. However, this is not the end of the expedition, not for the commander. After all journeys end in a safe port where the fortunate survivors may heal their wounds, quench their thirst, and drink away their loot, Colyphyr promises nothing of the sort. It is all grim rocks, gloomy caves, and the horrible creatures lurking within. One such creature notices the ship and takes flight. The beast is an umbral dragon, its scarlet eyes sparkling rapaciously, its jaws opening hungrily, and the airship seems a convenient snack for this monster. Alright, fail. Oh. I'm gonna order the captain, who brandishes a huge harpoon, to strike the dragon. According to the captain, he's dealt with monsters like this before. Aiming carefully, he sends the harpoon flying. The jagged hooked blade pierces the monster's hide and sinks into its vulnerable tissue. The sailors grab the rope, still tied to the harpoon's shaft, then pull as hard as they can. Their powerful collective forces the beast to flip over in the air. Struggling, the dragon catches the rope with its teeth and quickly rips it out, but the right moment for its attack is already lost. The dragon loses the commander's ship among the cliffs of Colyphyr. The airship finally makes contact with the stony ground on the island. With obvious relief, the sailors hasten to tie the ship to some stone stalagmites, so the vicious wind does not hurl it back to the air. The night grows silent again, deadly silent, and it's unlikely that no one in Colyphyr has noticed the arrival of the commander and his crew. The expedition is over, but the tribulations that fate has in store for the commander are far from over. Somewhere among these rocks is Baphomet's daughter, and she is gathering an army that will soon try to conquer Golarion. Okay, we somehow made it. Do we have any... Do we have any debuffs because of the harpies or anything like that? I don't think so. Oh, well, let's save the game. Lines. Save. Maybe I'm gonna delete... this one. Right, so what do we have here? Let's talk to the captain. We are proud to be of service to Our Lady in Shadow. Okay. Got these sailors. What do you mean we're leaving? How am I gonna leave if you're leaving? Anyway. Lord religion succeed. Oh shit. Okay, well. This is where the fighting starts. Brave hero, come to my aid, I beg you. Who the hell are you? Alright, low AC. That's good. Oh, this is not looking good. This whole place is not looking good. Help, I'm in trouble. Oh yeah, I don't believe that. Obviously, it's a trap. Okay. What are these things now? Okay, one down. What's happened there? I killed one pet. Killed one of my pet. Wait, there's something behind me. What the hell is that? Mother. You mother quackers. Oh, time to die. What are you doing, Daniel? Okay, that's just some crap. We can rest here, so that's actually pretty good. Oh, what the hell's that? Folsom Queen. The thing in front of you bears a passing resemblance to Nocticula, but even a blind person could not mistake this creature for the lady in shadow. The demon's body is oozing pile of filth and excrement, and it exudes a stench that would make the latrines of a poorhouse in Alushinira smell like a flower shop in comparison. Greetings, hero. Okay. If I skewer her with my sword, will she be a fit couple? Scatological humor induces amusement in approximately 50% of the Golarian population. When measured as a dependent variable, the enjoyment of scatological humor has a negative correlation with independent variables such as age, social status, and intellectual development. Wait, are you calling me dumb? Well, you got me on the last one, but I ain't dumb, you know. I understand what you said. Okay, what are you? Mortal, you must think that this is Nocticula who stands before you, but I've deceived you. I'm not her at all, though I'm just as beautiful and powerful. I am the Folsom Queen, the true mistress of this island. I rule all of its caves, caverns, vile cesspools, quicksand pits, as well as its poison springs and plague graves, and everything. Yes, everything here is mine. I am the Lady of Filth. Your beauty is matched only by your great wisdom, lady. How respectful. I like it. No, I love it. What an amazing creature. Just look at the way she mimics the appearance of others through metamorphosis. She has the ability to transmute herself. I can say with confidence that we are looking at one-of-a-kind specimen. Dung of a kind, more like. She likes me, doesn't she? You are a delightful specimen. A fecal demon, worthy of a special place in a museum. Of course, this special place will have to be disinfected on a continual basis. But I'm sure the revenue brought in by the crowds of eager tourists who want to see you will be more than enough to cover the cleaning costs. Yeah, and you can sell nose plugs to the tourists too. She'll be rolling in filth, but you'll be rolling in gold. Right. Since this is your island, do you know what Hepsamira is doing here? I know everything, all the secrets, but first you must serve me. Then I will lavish you with my favors. Why do you look like Nocticula? I can take on any form, and Nocticula is the most beautiful and perfect creature in all the worlds. That's why I want to be like Nocticula. Why did you summon me here? I need a knight. I am the Folsom Queen, so I have knights who will repay my enemies for wronging me. I've been hurt by everyone. This is my island, and they've made me an outcast. They kicked me out of the big wet cave, and they don't respect me at all, especially the overgrown lizard, that black dragon. She chased me away, mocked me, and then tried to eat me. Dragons are nasty. Be a knight and kill the dragon. An umbral dragon. I've encountered this beast before. Did she hurt you? She has hurt me many times. I'm strong, but she has wings, and it hurts when she spits. Let's kill her. You kill her in my honor. Why should I kill your enemies? Because I asked you to? Isn't that enough of a reason? Where do I find this dragon? The evil lizard lives nearby, in a big cave with a hole at the top. The rain falls into the hole. It's a good cave, dark and wet, and it used to be very quiet, but the fat lizard came and kicked me out of there because she wouldn't fit in other caves. Why does she need such a good cave? She's always out hunting. She flies over the island all the time, and the cave just stands there empty. Okay, if the dragon is always hunting, how am I supposed to catch her in the cave? If the dragon isn't in her lair, you'll have to summon her. Dragons love their treasure. Everyone knows that. If you touch the treasure, the dragon will hurry back in the blink of an eye to protect her property. But the things scattered around the cave, the bright stick with a bird on top, the sparky dress, the round coins, and even the pretty little crown, they're all just silly rocks that have been wrapped in illusions. And the real treasure looks like boring rocks. Look closely and you will see that I'm right. I know this because I snuck in there and wanted to steal, because my gaze pierced through the silly spell. Was she really trying to eat you? I find it hard to believe. Yes, no one has ever been that impertinent. No one has ever tried to eat me before, ever. And that nasty dragon, she bragged about eating everything, even dead souls. She giggled and said she had never had anything like me before, and I chased her away, but she will be back. I didn't like being chewed. It was disgusting. Right, I'll deal with this monster. I see you are brave. Kill the monster and I will reward you generously. Okay, I have to go. This is weird, but we'll help this poop queen. Alright. Let's kill this guy now. Looks fairly weak. You're done. What do we have here? This pickaxe is broken in half. It lies discarded on a pile of stone rubble. Oh, let's save it here as well.